Yo, 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 yo. Wisdom Talk Podcast. Episode 44. Fofo Bulldog. That's my motherfucking pet. Go ahead, B. Say that, huh?
Macho Man Randy Savage
I
glasses.
at you to
The motherfucker fetch. All right, yeah. Well, it's your boy Swole, the Cameroon Goon, Horian Here's a Hood, Choice D, all of the above. Y'all already know I got my cuzzo with me. Tap in, cuzzo.
It's your boy Juniani. I am here once again. Episode 44, right?
Yeah,
44. I was just doing my little Instagram thing, letting the people on Instagram know, you know what I'm saying? But we here, you know what I'm saying? Let me get these headphones on real quick. Y'all usually don't catch that in the beginning, but, you know, had to give it to y'all, so whatever. We here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's your boy Beast2Saucey. Hey, man, we back at it again with another podcast, man. Wisdom Talk Podcast. Shit.
Yeah, man.
You know we cooling up here, though.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, like, where do we even start? So, how's y'all's? Well, okay, let's start with this hurricane.
So is it burial?
Yeah,
How do you say it? I don't know how to say it.
Barrel. I think it's
That's
barrel.
how I hear people say it, barrel.
Barrel. Because, like, Benadryl has a Y in it, too. So, I think it's like Benadryl and barrel.
Okay.
And, like, it kind of has a similar role to it.
Uh-huh.
So, that's why the best way I could describe it. But, yeah, that shit had my fucking electricity off for fucking 2 days.
2 days, bro.
Right.
Me
2 days.
bro.
Hold on. Before you continue. All right, people on Facebook Live, sorry to get y'all late. I forgot to press the live button, but we here though. Y'all, we just started. So shout out to everybody on the Facebook Live that may be watching.
Yo.
Check it out.
Wisdom Talk Podcast. Episode 44.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Fofo Bulldog, my
listen.
motherfucking dad.
I pointed at you. Tell that motherfucker.
Listen,
Fetch,
I
man.
was
Come on.
look,
I
man.
died today. Remember all of us like John Lennon.
Look,
Barry and Louie. Oh, yeah. All that
All
shit.
that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, look, I was a little late today. You know, that's somewhat, well, most of the time uncharacteristic of me. You know what I'm saying? But we here though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Facebook Live audience. What's good?
The Cameroon Goon, Juniani, Beast2Saucey,
Beast2Saucey, you know what I'm saying? We here, man. We here.
Ace-Wo, all that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But about the hurricane, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy how we had to deal with a storm for like 6 to 8 hours of a storm. And everybody's fucking electricity went off the fuck thing, bro.
I was not expecting it to be like that at all.
Some people 1 day, some people 2 days, some people a whole week.
And you know what's crazy? This hurricane was not even as extreme as like a Harvey or
exactly.
Rita.
Oh, yeah.
That's why,
But yet,
exactly.
So I
Okay,
blame. Okay, so what's up, Centerpoint?
Center Point.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah, I was
get
gonna
to
bring
it.
that up.
Let's get to
They
it.
said they were going to be prepared for all of this, and they was not prepared at all.
It was so bad
At
that I follow Centerpoint on X. Just so I can
Just
get
to get
updates.
updates?
Yeah.
Just so I can get-
Man, they're not gonna. You know,
But they were updating. That's the saddest part.
Because they had to.
That's so,
Yeah, they had to show something.
It's
They had
crazy
to.
the world that we come to, that you have to go on social media to get updated on shit that is like really
Right.
life
yeah.
changing, life catastrophic shit.
Yeah.
But that's
You
that's
gotta
to
go
show you.
to fucking X, Twitter.
But that's to show you it's an indictment on mainstream media, right?
Fuck,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? Mainstream
You ain't
media is
lying.
just fugazi. You
You
know what I
ain't
mean?
lying.
Like straight fugazi. But
That's a good segment to Fugazi, but
yeah,
no, I'm gonna, that's
yeah,
an Easter egg. They don't know that one yet.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah, go ahead.
No,
ahead,
but
keep
what
going.
I was saying was, you know, Centerpoint has shown their asses, so to
Yeah,
speak.
they have.
Yeah.
They show
been
complete-
exposed. They've been exposed.
complete incompetence. But I think they thought it was going to be strategic incompetence because, you know, they were trying to negotiate a new like contract with the city of
Exactly.
Houston.
Yeah.
And the city of Houston, the council denied it. It was like $100 million contract or
Because
something like
they
that.
run a lot of the whole state.
Right. So
Centerpoint.
when the city denied it, now when they're using a disaster as collateral, basically to hold the city hostage, and then turn around to the city
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey,
It's like Batman shit.
yeah, like it's like,
yeah.
yo, so you
You
need
need
us,
us.
yeah, you know, you see what I'm saying? At the expense of the people,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
right? So like now you just like, all right, they gotta go
Yeah.
because
Yeah, we need more
they
companies
had to
now,
go.
like
Yeah, Centerpoint, y'all
Now,
brand y'all
now we're at a
They
point
gotta
where now we're at a point where any other competition that they had could take advantage.
Yeah, they could step right in. The city of Houston could be like, okay, what's up, Entergy? Because that's another company, Entergy.
Entergy.
What's up, Reliant?
Yeah, NRG.
Yeah. What's up, y'all want to step in? We'll take care of y'all. If y'all, as long as y'all don't show y'all's asses like Center Point.
Yeah.
We got y'all. What's up?
I don't even one up you. If I was a solar panel nigga, I'll actually be also trying to gas motherfuckers up.
Right. Yeah. True.
So just saying, like, business is opened up because these niggas fuck up.
Hey, shit, generators open up too. I bet.
Man, see, the thing about the generators, people start realizing how expensive generators are to maintain.
I asked one of my neighbors. Bro, they said that thing 10,000. I was just like, bro, that's a good investment.
Yeah, I used to sell. It is a great investment.
No, it is a great investment.
That's something that you
because you can rent out your generator too.
Right, you can rent it out, and it's something you won't be ashamed to spend on. You won't look back and be like, damn, I should have spent that.
Because it's a long term investment. Right, for times like that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And then like when you have like food trucks too, that was the last thing I was gonna say. That's where I learned about generators because my friend had a Colombian food truck. They had their family food truck, and they use a generator, of course, to run the food truck. And I started learning how the levels of a generator and how you just take that shit as mobile.
Right. Yeah, but you know, I used to sell generators at Home Depot, and it's worth it, man. They're like that. They cost that much. I mean, you can get cheaper ones that are just as efficient. But if you want to
longer lasting.
But if you want to power up like a big group or house,
exactly,
you need one of them heavy
truck
ones.
Like a food truck. Yes,
food truck, can use a small one, or even an RV.
They're still not light too. They're still heavy.
Right.
But like for an actual like a facility or a bit like a 3+ bedroom house.
Right. Yeah. Or even like an RV, you can get a smaller for RV
any
or
truck
like that.
Any like trailer, RV, food truck, all that stuff, regular size, fine.
Yep.
But like that shit that you have to fucking haul that shit,
right?
And you can't just pack in the back of a truck or so.
Where you have to have like a trailer hitch to drag that motherfucker.
That shit is houses and facilities.
Right.
So there's levels to it. But it's quite an investment though. But we learned about that in the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And the craziest thing is, just making a reference towards other podcasts and stuff. There's a prankster that's from Houston. He goes by Canal Joseph, and he was on Fresh and Fit this past Friday. And because of the hurricane, that's why he was like so willing to go on, and like he was like willing to get out of Houston because he didn't have no power and shit. Right. So he was like, man, I was trying to get out of that fucking no power situation going on in Houston.
Right.
He mentioned it. He mentioned it on the podcast and stuff.
Because it was hot, bro.
Yeah, he was like, man,
it was too hot.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then because like Myron was like, oh yeah, y'all going through that hurricane shit, huh? Like, we don't got no power. And it's hot as he's like, he don't got no power. It's hot as fuck. So I had to get the fuck out. So he was saying all that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, even the influencers are going through it. If you're from Houston, if you're in Texas, you was going through it. What, bro? What you got going on with your own personal life, dog? There was no discrimination on that shit.
Right.
Because my homegirl got power back this past Monday. I mean, no. Yeah, it was Monday. She's in Humble. My manager got his on Saturday.
Yeah, there's people
in Rosenberg.
Yeah, there's people that didn't have power for like a whole week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. It took them over a week. It took them almost a week to get their power back. And these are like, that's why I said it doesn't discriminate. These are nicer areas.
Right.
So it wasn't like the hood. Like, they're saving the hood for last.
Right.
No, man. The hood was getting the shit back first. If anything, the irony of that.
Right. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I guess we could segue to what you said, Fugazi.
We can pull up the clip first.
Let's do it.
So speaking of Fugazi, we can pull up the full clip with the reaction.
I'm Shaq and we got ourselves a new video. A lady on this podcast said that she wouldn't delete her social media unless she got married. But the man she had a baby with, she denied his proposal. That doesn't sound like a setup. I don't know what it is.
Bro, what?
Exactly.
I mean, that dark hair back there, that's unsettling. Y'all don't have a fear that in dark areas, Paula Deen is gonna walk up on me? Like right there, I just thought I seen her.
Hey y'all, welcome to What's Cooking with Paula Deen.
I think we can all agree that if you have a baby by a guy and then you continue dating him, 9 times out of 10 you should get married. I would say 10 times out of 10 you should get married. Yeah, especially if you post them on your social media. Just marry him. She gets mad and it goes left. It always goes left. But hold up, you just hitting this video needs to hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. And in the comment section, give me a thumbs up or a heart. Just to let me know that it's real. But let's waste no more time. Let's roll the clip.
You didn't know what that was. So that's the reaction podcast.
So the question for you, Jada,
That's gonna be a
really
clip.
just all we're speaking about is the security. Because you said that, well, a man, I could kind of go on these podcasts and, do whatever I want because my man is secure. And you're saying that,
I'm not doing what I want though. I'm just talking from my perspective as a confident woman that has a man.
Yeah, my question is very simple. That man pays all the bills and does all of that. So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What if he said, I don't want you doing no more podcasts. I don't want you posting anything on Instagram, and I want you to delete your Instagram. Would you do it?
I've done it, but not deleted my Instagram. But I've been inactive on the page when we were having rifts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Issues in our relationship. He's had my password. He's had my location, my code.
Okay, so you're fine with getting rid of all of your social media to keep your man?
If we were married, but not my boyfriend, and he understands that.
Oh.
It was at this moment that she knew. She f***ed up.
You left everything you need to put around.
Okay, so you would only get rid of. So here's the thing, right? So here's where the logic fell is because you have to apply
just as much
to.
As he does for me. I'm not a bum, so let's also understand that.
Triggered.
Because anytime I need to step up, I'm there too. So that's why we have that understanding.
I got it. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I see you on podcasts. I know you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, call you any names.
No, I know. I'm just.
But here's where the logic fell is, right? Because we all spoke about it. So men, when they want sex, they have to put their best foot forward and to apply to that woman's job, show her a good experience, raise her up. One, they have to meet even a standard, even to get the woman's attention. Now, you've been having sex with this man. You gave him a kid, which is very good. Respect to both of y'all. Y'all got kids. This is a good thing. No one's trying to crap on it, right? But all I'm saying is, now, there's a reason for him not giving you a ring.
I've been proposed to.
And you said no to it?
Haven't you seen? Have I not been proposed to?
Girl, he send me the ring to approve it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
again, there's levels to women.
No, this is real good. So he proposed to you.
Yes,
and you said no.
You want to have a quick answer. You want to have a quick answer.
No. But you said no to the proposal.
Podcast goes.
No, it's totally fine. Did you say no to the proposal?
Because of yes, I did actually.
Okay.
You can't set criteria like I won't delete my Instagram unless you marry me. And then when he attempts to marry you, you say, no. This isn't the right time. It looks like you're just using him. If he is taking care of you, he is being a good father. What's more of the criteria you want? Yeah, oh, yeah, man, you got to make sure you polish and shine those toenails because I can't marry if you don't do that. So I'm staying on Instagram and I'm showing my goodies, my goodies. All these goodies. She got a sick reputation of showing the goodies. I make myself laugh.
Fact that you said no to the proposal, that wasn't your first option. He's not your first option. That's a fact.
Again, I have
if
my
you
best
truly
friend
love
here,
this man, you would have said yes.
No,
any
you
woman
want
that
women to
loves a man would say yes to that
anything.
relationship.
You are probably accustomed to a certain level. I'm trying to tell you something. A man has to work for a woman just as well.
No, the ball is in his court.
I don't have to accept anything a man has to offer.
Well,
he don't really gotta work for it if you had his kid. You're the one now saying that, hey, yo, I had your kid. You should marry me now. You gave him the gift he wants. Why you like him marrying you as a gift? That's not how that works.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Right? I'm not crazy, right?
Want certain things offered and I want certain things offered.
you.
So when we meet in that place where we're both getting what we feel is going to be good for both of us, then cool. He's an amazing man and I will marry him. But again, I'm not going to rush into something where I don't know. I'm not going to divorce.
But you just said that
okay.
you would delete your Instagram if he wanted to.
I said
if you were married.
Yes.
So you don't even want a marriage from this man.
I didn't say that. You're creating this because.
But he proposed to you. You said no.
You got it. You got it, babe.
What?
It's okay.
He proposed to you. You said no. That means that you're not getting. He's not your first option. You have better choices.
Then you're right.
And somewhere deep down,
I don't know if that's what that means, but I do know this: if he offered to marry you, got down and tried to marry you, and you said no, you did say he ain't the best option.
Nobody likes you.
You did say that. I don't know if you got fishes in the sea over there, Miss Jada, you know, Miss Brazilian Weave.
Oh.
But you did say he ain't the best, which hurts. That hurts. And you had a kid with him, so still, you're crazy.
On the side, you probably know you could do better.
If that's what you feel, then you're right.
I mean, if any girl says no after a man gets on one knee and proposes to you, if a woman say no, come on, bro. She don't really love you like that.
So
that's the
that is
logical answer.
Okay. You know what? I can't even change your mind. I don't want to change your mind. That's on you and your situation, your relationship.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you did say something.
You're correct.
You said that. You did say something that was good. You said that. No. The ball is still in a woman's court. Well, you didn't say that per se, but you said no. Like, yeah, he still has to meet certain standards within the relationship that we're even having for me to say yes to the ring, right? So you're kind of proving my point with your answer. The fact that you have a kid by him, you're giving up sex to him, but he's still not. He still has to meet a metric.
The door.
The door.
That's ridiculous. Oh no. Yeah. The guy who's taking care of you. Yeah. I believe y'all are staying together. So let's just say that. Y'all staying together. He takes care of you. He will have a kid by him. Y'all aren't sleeping together. It's like she wants us all to be children. You know, as a child, my mom was able to convince me every time she left the house, she was going to see a man about a dog, a horse, or a cat, right? You know, if she says something like that to me now, you know what would happen? She would walk out of the house knowing that I lost a little bit of love for her because she's a liar. Like you. You're a liar.
For you to say yes to a relationship tells me that he's not your first option. He's not your first choice.
That's just what you wanted to fit whatever you believe. That's not true.
I mean, that pretty much
is my only
is
choice.
the answer.
That is my first choice. What I'm telling you is, if I'm going to lock in with someone for the rest of my life,
you did.
I am not going to be with the person that we haven't figured out all of our the way we handle conflict, the way we
it's very simple. Follow his lead.
Yeah, his reaction.
Great. So have your woman follow your lead and get married and tell me how it goes, and that's it. That's the only way to understand if you're correct. You
know you had a child by him, right? You don't know how he handles conflict. You had a child by him. You don't know if you want to lock in forever with him. You already did. You have a kid. She's saying all this like she didn't do it already. Oh.
You are incorrect. You haven't even had the experience yourself.
Follow the man's lead.
You continue to talk about things you don't have the experience on, and you're.
I mean, you don't know the experience I have.
You haven't been married. You said that.
I mean, you don't know what experience I have.
You said that yourself, though.
I haven't said anything on this podcast in regards to that. But I'll let you go in a second. All I'm saying is this, Jada, and it's not to come at you. I'm just making a logical conclusion, right? He proposed to you, got on one knee. You said no. That means that he's inadequate to some degree because you don't feel like he's worthy of being in a committed marriage to. That has to be true.
You're correct if you want to be correct. I don't have to.
Sweet Jesus.
You can feel however you feel.
Okay.
I have my relationship.
What you
it is
say?
what it is.
You want to say
I was just gonna say that. I mean, I know when you get married and everything, and it's supposed to change something, but I mean, it's the same perspective as there's some lines in the middle of the street that's dividing the street, and it's just paint. So my question would be, why do you think that you have to wait until you get married, or like why is that the thing?
Because
for you to delete your Instagram if you want you to.
For example, I've been recently, like not recently, but I've been, rebaptized. We've been working on our religion. I've been doing certain things, and I've just been following more, God's way. And that's just me.
You are a sinner. So you're just gonna judge me? Oh no, I'm not judging you. What I'm saying is you're going to hell.
I think God's way will tell you to marry that man. I'll be honest with you. God's way will be like, you have a kid by him, right? Y'all still stay together? If your answer is yes, I'm pretty sure God would say, you supposed to be married. Right now, you two are being heathens. You're being heathens.
I don't have to explain to man that's not in my relationship why we chose to do it the way we did and why I chose at that time that it wasn't the right time.
Well, he didn't chose that. Yeah, you chose that. You said no to the ring, to the marriage.
So if there's things that need to be handled before I decide that I'm going to lock in with someone forever, because for me, that's what it is, then that's what I'm going to do. And if I'm going to make changes before I stand before God and my family and the values that I've placed in for myself and my family, I have to make sure this is the perfect partner for me. That doesn't mean that he's perfect. That doesn't mean that he's not doing things right, but that means that there are certain things in our relationship that can be better. So until then,
this is
yours.
Both of us.
OnlyFans, but they all sound the same, right?
Again, when you marry somebody, you're accepting everything they have going on, and he's accepting everything I have going on. We're accepting each other's families. We're accepting everything with each other. And that's how I personally feel. My success is based on me, and every situation is different. My success is based on however he and I feel, and it's gonna be whatever God wants it to be.
But to wrap this up, we was talking about insecurity. You said that, well, he's not insecure because, he kind of allows me to go on a podcast and do as I please as far as that is concerned.
They show her Instagram.
I would say that the fact that he proposed to you and you said no, he's an insecure man for staying with you. Because any man, if you propose to a woman, you get down on one knee when you know the courts don't benefit you, when he's making more money than you, which you concluded to. So therefore, he would have the burden. He would have the burden.
That is your assumption.
He would have more of a financial burden on him by committing to you.
Okay.
And he still did that and you said no. That means that he's an insecure man. I'm not saying that.
This is your podcast, but what you're not going to do is be disrespectful.
I'm not disrespecting.
I'm not going to bow down to any man but my man. So at the end of the day, yes, you're saying that because of what you believe to make him an insecure man makes him an insecure man, and that's not the case.
Any guy.
So what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about him. It's just using him as an example for his men in general.
Right. You is because of the circumstances.
If you propose to a woman, right? If you propose to a woman,
that's you.
If you propose to a woman, I'm telling you how men feel. I'm not even speaking about you.
My man don't feel the way you feel, and not for nothing.
You think that we are very simple. We're very simple creatures.
A lot of the conversations that you've had.
Let me finish.
Ma'am, you on podcasts, like relationship podcasts, right? You do the same thing everyone else do. You tell people what the other people are thinking, unless you don't be on podcasts. Maybe you just sit there while everybody else is talking. Because I'll let you know right now, if I literally asked you to marry me, we have a kid together, I take care of you, I make more money than you. If I ask you to marry me and you say no, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, that's
the only thing going through my head is this ungrateful heifer. Only thing going through my head is those words. Ungrateful heifer. Heifer, so the fact ungrateful. That he's still with my mama told me not to talk to these ungrateful heifers. Only words.
Yes. He doesn't know his own words.
That you're saying what you're saying. Yeah. You be on podcasts. Exactly. You probably be on podcasts with a Keita lady.
How dare you? She's a nice lady.
Let me ask him a question real quick, and then I'll get to you. So, Ease and Jamel, if you got on one knee to a woman,
and she said no,
after going through having a baby, just going through life, and you providing for her, you giving her security, the ups and downs and all of that, and you see something in this woman, you like, baby, I love you, it's you. And you know how the courts is. If you risking a lot. You put all your money on the line, half of your money on the line, and that woman says no, and you still stay with her after that. You would tell me that who would have more security? So insecurities is the lack of confidence. I would say the person that has a lack of confidence is the person that stays with that woman that said no to him.
Yeah, I would have laughed. Like, what? We done been through all this.
We done been through all this? What?
But based off of the conversations that we had, like maybe they don't believe in working. Like I see different. So for
You can
example,
work through a multitude of things, but like marriage is that ultimate thing, and you said no to it.
Yeah, I think if we was in a relationship and I proposed, I must have felt like this was the time. I felt something from the person,
and she crushed you.
She says no. I think I would probably be. I'm not. It takes a lot for me. It would take a lot for me to do that in the first place. So I probably would be hurt.
But to say that the person is insecure because of that,
no, not because of that. I'm saying the person that stays will be an insecure man. So we're talking about insecurity in this entire conversation. Let's make it concise.
Specific. You don't know the reason. You don't know how the proposal went. You don't know
how.
Why
reasons don't matter when it comes to that.
It doesn't matter.
He said, "Baby, half of me is I'm giving you half of me."
This is why it's difficult to talk to you, because what you don't understand is that I have male friends and I have very successful people that are in my circle that I have conversations with, and it sucks because us as black and brown people, we have these conversations and it's not
what
cool.
Conversations are you have conversations.
What is this even?
You have conversations with Keita or those other people that be on those podcasts saying stuff like, just because you had a kid with the guy don't mean, first off, you ain't lowering your standards based off of what we finding out. You're not lowering your standards with him. You won't tell anybody why you won't marry him, which is crazy. Why you won't tell anybody? Is it because if you told somebody now you have to get married if the guy meet them standards? First off, he met almost any other lady's standards. You're not special. I'm triggered. Oh God. And then she said you don't know how he proposed. Would he propose to you at a McDonald's? I ain't gonna lie to you. If he met all those other standards, proposing you at McDonald's, it's kind of unique. It's kind of unique. I wouldn't expect a man to do it. I propose to you. I put your ring in the toilet when you go pee, and I say, "Ta-da! Will you marry me, baby?" Reach in the toilet and grab that for me.
You guys
I have conversations with married people, successful people. A lot of the people that I have
that's the problem right there.
But why are you getting upset about it? I'm just telling you my part, and you're cutting me off. Okay, and you're not even letting me finish. So when I get advice from certain people, and then I compare the difference, it's sad because something that you're gonna tear another black man down and say that he has to be insecure. When I have conversations, that's basically what you're doing. But you know what? It's okay. Just forget it, because I know what y'all about to do. So just go do it.
No,
we can end it, and it is what it is.
That's the problem. That's just telling the truth. Hold on. That's the problem when it comes to women. Women care too much. No, that's not what I'm gonna say. Women care too much about what their friends say or what society says.
I'm telling you.
Women, hold on. Let me finish. You guys cannot. I'm telling. All right. If Gianna liked such and such, right? But all her girls are like, oh, why you talking to him? Don't do that. You could do better. Most likely she's gonna listen to him. I'm just using Gianna as an example, but that's how girls are. You guys cannot, when it comes to guys or most decisions, you guys care too much about what your friends think. If I like a girl and Cooley thinks I can do better, but if I like her, I'm not gonna listen to Cooley because because no outside opinion can't tell me who I can like or who I should date or who I should not date. Women,
you heard me wrong. I'm sorry that you heard me wrong. But
I'm just saying, okay, like,
I need to know what you said, because he might be slightly off. You did say you talk to rich people, women, black men, all type of people, and y'all compare, which means you're comparing. You did say that. He said it's true, but I don't know if that's what you were saying. But it kind of felt like it. It kind of felt like you were saying that. It's just that you didn't let all the words out.
Which is the ultimate sacrifice, and you said no to it. That's crazy. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That dude, any guy that still stays,
it doesn't matter.
You have to lack some confidence. Like, oh well, baby, please.
Well, how about
like,
just don't speak on it? How about we just move on and we can go to a different subject?
I was just saying the chat wanted it. The chat wanted it. I didn't want it. I didn't want to do it.
Let's just move on, because I can't expect you to understand.
We can move on. I agree. We should move on.
We can sum it up there, though, Chrissy.
Big screen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something up though. That was pretty much the end of that one though.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that
she turned into OnlyFans babble.
Yeah, exactly. And
for
she's
like
not,
half of the video.
And she's not OnlyFans chick, but yeah, it's like the same excuse that they would make though.
Right.
The same coping and projecting.
Yeah, the same crutch, the same talking points that they would go at. You know what I mean, or use.
Yep.
You know?
And my whole thesis of me showing that clip and everything, and the reaction and everything, is to ask you guys, if y'all were with a woman, if y'all were in that same situation as that guy, and you proposed to that woman, and she said no, would you stay with that woman?
No. I mean, considering if I was taking care of her financially,
everything like that situation. That's it. That's what it was.
If I was taking care of her economically, socially, spiritually, if I was like spearheading in all of those areas of activity,
she like the dude's literally on her IG,
right?
In her like the highlights. Yeah, that's what they call him. He's in the highlights. Father of the year and playing with their baby and shit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
And like, because she's proud of him.
Yeah.
So she loves him, and he is the breadwinner. She said it on the podcast.
Yeah, if I'm like taking care of both of us economically, both of us spiritually, both of us, in all other areas, physically, whatever, and I'm spearheading all of that, and you say no when I'm trying to solidify, you got to move around.
Exactly.
Just for the man's sake, for the individual's, the man's sake, he's got to explore other options because she has other options. See, I like playing the mirror game. I love the mirror game. People call it eye for an eye, whatever. You shouldn't have started at the eye in the first place. That's the way I look at it. I'm just being honest. Like, you don't go for the eye in the first place. Yeah. Because if you go for the eye, what you want me to do? Just sit there and take it? Like, come on. Like,
that's exactly what she.
I am a defensive player. I play defense. I don't play offense.
A linebacker.
I'm a linebacker, safety. Yeah. We get interceptions over here, bro. Like, seriously.
This nigga's spitting balls.
Like, I'm just saying, we get sacks. When you get sacks, you get what? Stacks. I heard.
Sacks are stats.
I heard Brian Cushing and when he was mic'd up, one time he was talking about sacks equals stats.
Texans days, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
but you peep the analogy, right? Like, if any man out there, if you are in that same position, and you don't leave, I agree with the host when we were the video we're just watching. I agree. Y'all need to have y'all's options on deck.
Wisdom talk.
Because if you don't, then it looks bad on you. Look like the weaker beta simp, like you're just settling, you're insecure, all the negative traits that encompass negative emotion, an emotionally negative person. You're gonna embody that. So
Cuzzo summed it up, man.
Yeah,
like you have to know your worth, like
right.
But
see, when you say that, the females would look at that and try and turn that around on you and be like, I do know my worth. That's why I didn't really accept the marriage. I'm trying to make sure that my worth is matched and met. You see the flip? You see the book?
That's what I would call the have your cake and eat it too approach.
Right.
Yeah.
So like they're just trying to literally still be able to do what they would be able to do when they're single within the confinements of a relationship, but still have the benefits of a relationship.
Right.
They still get to have their cake and eat it too. Mm-hmm. So they can still advertise. It's like men are salespeople, men are salesmen or salespeople, wherever we reference you want to say, if you want to be unisex. But women are the marketers. Mm-hmm. So whenever we're in relationships, men can't stop pitching their sales, which is hollering at girls because they're in a relationship now. That's cheating. But then a woman can still advertise themselves online and present themselves in a sexual manner because they're not talking to the guys, they're not sleeping with the guys, they're not they're not doing anything outside of the relationship. They're just posting. It's harmless. It's just them posting. Mm-hmm. But then at the same time, when you see their DMs and comments and who are the majority of the people saying something and the type of shit that they're saying, it doesn't change from when they're single, from when they're in a relationship. That doesn't change, but then we can't shoot our shot because the way we present ourselves in the sexual market is different in general.
Yeah.
So women just have to be present, and then guys come in them. We have to shoot our shot to get the girls. So girls are always going to be present as long as they present themselves in such a presentable way. So it's just like, it's an imbalance, and that's where a lot of the male content that I noticed, that why I like to gravitate towards manosphere shit, is that they're pointing out that imbalance and where it hurts in the dynamics of a relationship because shit like equality, feminism, and everything else, the fact that women and men could both not need each other and provide for themselves and everything else, is that when it comes to the dating market, we have to balance that out as well. because we grew up on some chivalry. Men are providers and everything else, and women are supposed to be nurturers and supportive of the man and everything else, but women now don't need a man. So therefore, there's going to be an imbalance. So now they're expecting the man to submit towards them, but men are not naturally submissive. Hell no. What the fuck? So it's just this constant battle, and this is where we get to this point where it's just like we can't understand. So that's where you get the contrast of interest where this woman doesn't understand how he's thinking as a masculine man because she doesn't know that she's really a masculine woman, but she thinks that she's just a woman in this modern day, that she doesn't understand the difference from masculine and feminine and alpha and beta and all the other stuff and like the levels of dynamics between men and women and how we're supposed to complement one another naturally. So yeah, I don't know if that was a bit of a rant, but like it seems like y'all understand the pieces of what I'm getting at. But like I said a lot in a short time.
Yeah, I think it's all part of, just to kind of summarize it all up.
Excuse me.
It's a part of a big social engineering experiment.
Exactly.
That multiple different facets have contributed to once again further diminish human society.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like that's basically what it is.
They're using us like lab rats.
Yeah, basically. And
it's fucked up.
And it all goes back to control and power. Like they want to control society better. How do you do that? You reverse the roles of people. You weaken them health wise. You do a lot of other things. You confuse them. Like, oh, I'm not black. I'm mixed, or I'm not a man, I'm a woman, or I'm the, you see what I'm saying? So you confuse the people, you get them unhealthy, you make the woman masculine.
Turn them against one another.
Yeah, you make the woman masculine, the man feminine. Yep. So you do all these things, and what does that result in? That results in division, that results in conquering, that results in control, and it results in power.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah. So
That's
kind of just how you
48 laws type shit.
Summarize with you,
No,
so.
That just tells you definitely understood what I was getting at, and I know Beast as well. Because like it felt like I was kind of going on a tangent, like a rant or something. Because like I was like, but like at the same time I was making a point.
Yeah, right.
So you get the point. Yeah, so none of that stuff. Yeah. All right. So we got that point across.
So I know you want to talk about the Trump attempted assassination. We can get into that real quick. Did y'all hear about Cameron and Mase? Cameron and Mase. You.
I was ready to answer his question, but y'all went into y'all.
What question? What question? Well, I know your answer, but go ahead, Beast. Go ahead.
It's all good.
I'm sorry,
but no.
No, give your answer though.
Go ahead.
It doesn't matter now. It's already like been gone, so there it is. I don't know.
But what would your answer be though if you were to propose to a woman?
No, I'll leave. As simple as that now. Like damn, I was ready to go on, but but damn.
I know, but we went on that. We kind of went on the tangent. Our two selves. We went on a rant.
But you'll leave, right? You say you'll bounce.
He knows. He knows.
Yeah.
But you had an opinion towards it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, wait. I do want to hear your opinion. Just give us the gist of your opinion.
I already lost it now. I was like,
you lost it?
Yeah, I was like, damn. I was ready to go, but I was like, damn, they already left me out the question. Then segue into something else and everything. I'm just like, I'm not here.
You know what though? There's something I do want to bring up that I don't know if y'all been catching what Legend's been saying about y'all's homie. You know what I'm talking about? He's been putting in the group chat.
Well, I guess it's time. It's time.
I don't know what's been going on.
There's nothing.
Hey, so
I kind of put my 2 cents in.
was asking me before you got here if we were going to continue that conversation.
Well, here's the thing.
So now that you brought it up,
here,
so now this is your moment to lead this segment.
There's nothing.
So what else is there?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
All I gotta say,
I'm playing support now.
All I gotta say is that I injected my 2 cents when Legend was basically saying what his mom and what he's been saying, and I put my 2 cents in. And I left it because I don't know homie like that.
It's
so
on y'all if y'all want her to do what she got to do and all that.
I said no, because I don't know her like that, and she's basically.
I'm also no.
She's basically trying to get us to
I still don't know.
She's basically trying to control our narrative, control our platform, and get us to bow down to make her feel better.
And we're not going to do none of that.
No, we're not doing none of that, and to make her son look better. But it's like, the facts are the facts according to what y'all say.
Mm-hmm.
According to what y'all been saying, it is what it is. And that's going to lead me to my next segment, by the way. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Like,
I think we all come to a mutual, mutual agreement, mutual understanding. Yeah,
so when I come here and you try to be on here and all that, I'm like,
nah.
Like I was trying to tell around, like, if you do that, like we're gonna be nice at first, and then we're gonna just flip a switch.
It's gonna get reality's gonna kick. We are reality on camera. Yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't want this to end up being like a no jumper thing where
start
getting broken.
And that's why
and punches start getting thrown.
That's what I'm saying. That's not gonna go down here.
And stuff start getting thrown.
And that's why she bro, the answer is no.
Yeah.
The answer is no. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we all agree with that. No.
But
that's for like safety reasons.
Not just safety, because we don't want. We're not conforming to nobody's emotions like that.
Yeah.
Period. Like that's not happening.
Coddling.
Right. Like that ain't it ain't going down like that.
We built this platform and this channel and everything that we got going on here from the ground up, not just to like to concede and to to submit in a way or to coddle, to comfort, to bring in, to harness, to protect another motherfucker that wasn't with us shooting in the gym.
Yeah, that's not what this is.
That's what I'm trying to get.
That's not what
this
is.
On some stay scheming shit. Right. Like she wasn't with us shooting in the gym, and then she thinks that she could just come in because we have a mutual. Her son was with us, and that's why we should. We're obligated. No.
Nah. But it is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is. That's the second one. So y'all know Cameron and Mase's. Y'all see? Y'all
Did
know
they have a fallout?
No. I'm saying, do y'all know their show? It is what it is. Yeah. So you've been hearing what's been going on with them and Jay Prince and Shakur Stevenson, the boxer.
No.
Okay. So basically, Cameron and Mase, they have a show where they criticize. It's a sports show.
I know.
And they criticize sports just like ESPN, just like FS1.
Yeah.
So Shakur Stevenson, the boxer,
they're like Gilbert Arenas shit,
right?
Too.
Yeah,
Gil's show.
Yeah, exactly. Gil's Arena, right?
Oh.
So
they have their own podcast where they cover a lot of shit.
So basically, they gave a critique on Shakur Stevenson, the boxer's fight, and they were saying basically Shakur Stevenson stunk up the joint. He was boring and this and that. And then Jay Prince is his manager. Yeah. Jay Prince came back and was like, "Oh, what's up with the?" I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said on Twitter, he was like, "Oh, these haters, you know what I'm saying? Like these haters, and especially."
And Jay Prince is for Houston. Yeah. For people not from Houston,
right?
He's the equivalent of like our Kingpin. That's what I'd say.
He's like,
but people don't like the label like that. But that's how I label.
He's like our version of a Suge Knight, but I think he's more
Kingpin.
Yeah. You know,
Kingpin, like Marvel Universe.
Kingpin. Right. Yeah, he's the owner of Rap-A-Lot Records.
And things go through him. And if you're musically inclined or anything like music or like even sports, but mainly music, then you're coming through Houston, you have to go through Jay Prince.
Right. But so basically, Jay Prince came back on Twitter and was like, "Yo, these haters be talking, crazy and this and that. They just don't, and I'm taking all bets and I handle Shakur Stevenson's issues in and outside the ring." And then he basically called out Mase and Cameron, basically. And Mase and Cameron rebutted and were like, "Yo, like we're not your little niggas and like this and that. Like I don't know what you're talking.
So.
You're bugging. We're just giving a critique on his game,
on
his sport, on his craft." And then you want to come back and try and take it up another level. You're tripping. Like, and we're not just going to be quiet about it because this is a sports show. Like, if he has a bad performance, we're going to call it. Yeah. If he has a good performance, we're going to call it. Yeah. I said it was, Cameron was like, "Yo, I said it was boring from a sports analytical take. There's other analysts out there on ESPN, on these other platforms that say the same thing. But you want to come at us. It's that selective like outrage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like bullying.
Yeah, so basically Cameron was saying that. He was like, "You're trying to bully us." He was like, "What you think we're going to do? Just be like, oh,
he wouldn't target a bigger platform."
That's what I'm saying. And the Breakfast Club chimed in on it too, but I'm going to get to that. So basically Cameron was like, "Yeah, you just think we're going to just be like, oh, I'm sorry." Nah, nigga, like you're tripping. Like why are you trying to be on some street shit at 60 years old? Like you're bugging.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
don't let Shakur.
He managed Floyd at a time.
Yeah, he did, and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
So basically,
and then originally Ghetto Boys.
Right.
So that's where it all started.
So basically, Cameron was like, or Mase was like, yeah, don't let Shakur Stevenson get you riled up and send you on a crash out mission on behalf of him. He was like, yo, what you should have did as an OG, you should have told Shakur Stevenson and be like, yo, you got to put in your own work around here. You can't just like clap back at somebody and then send somebody else to go fight your battle. Like, what you talking about? Like, and that's what Cameron and Mase basically in a nutshell were criticizing Jay Prince of. They were like, yo, what you talking about? If you want to get at us, have that same energy towards these other platforms.
I know
that are
something
critiquing.
about Jay Prince because of his son.
Right.
And Cyril used to be security for his son when they're at the strip clubs.
Right.
Yeah, I already know. And then like the whole takeoff.
Right. Ooh. See, and that's what I'm saying. And this is my
his
point.
Son being there rolling dice.
Right. And this is the
it's just like
point.
all that shit starts to connect in my head.
And this is the point I'm trying to make. Like with Jay Prince and all that, it's like, why don't you criticize the white establishment analysts that critique Shakur Stevenson?
You know,
like,
Skip, he's leaving FS1.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah, and we can get to that.
Yeah,
too.
He's doing his own personal podcast shit.
Yeah. We can get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like my point is, and the Breakfast Club said this point that I'm trying to make. They were making this point. DJ Envy and Charlamagne, or DJ Envy was making this point.
Mainly DJ Envy.
Yeah, he was like, my thing is like, why don't you have the same energy and the same fervor towards the white analysts that critique him in a negative way at the same, like you want to have this you want to go at the black sports platforms like Cameron and Mason selectively target them, but the same consistency and the same energy is not showed to, the white analysts, you know what I mean? Or the white conglomerates that critique him in a negative way. Like, why aren't you giving that same energy? And that's the problem I have too. I'm like, why would that when you try and force bully, that creates resentment.
Yeah.
Amongst not just the people you're trying to bully, but amongst the people.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like when you try and force respect, you try and force respect out of someone, you're trying to snatch respect and force it. In the long run, that's going to create a resentment.
Yeah,
and it's going to create a resistance.
It's
because
in a way infighting too. So I'll just let you.
Right. So when you try and forcefully do that, AKA bully, people are gonna be like, man, what? Like what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking?
And like instinctively, they're gonna bite back.
Right?
Like,
and that's why I feel Cameron and Mase on the cool. Like they're right on the cool. Like we're not getting at Shakur personally.
Nope.
We're just critiquing his boxing game. That's it.
And that's what a lot of them, like a lot of the people that are like investing in these fighters or artists or models or whatever. That's where they get confused with the people who are just reporting.
Right. They're
doing their job.
Exactly.
They're reporting.
Exactly.
Like, it's nothing personal.
It's nothing personal.
But then they make it personal.
Right.
And now, we got to respond personal.
The only reason why Jay Prince took it there is because of Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Shakur Stevenson took it personal. He was like, man, fuck them niggas. Fuck Cameron Mase. Fuck
a lot of times that's what happens. A lot of times the managers go there. Or like the managers or the promoter or whatever like that, those type of people in that position go there for their artist or athlete or whatever because of that athlete or whatever in the moment, how they're responding to it, that they take it to the next level. But those people don't understand that their power is a separate power.
Right.
Even if it connected to that power, it still matters.
Right.
And like it resonates differently coming from you who's coming on a more logical sound. You're still emotionally responding to your fighter.
Mm-hmm.
That you come, like it's just like a business professional aspect that gets convoluted and construed, and it's just like it just fucks shit up.
Yeah, and the point
it hurts a lot of M's. A lot of M's are lost because of that in a lot of business deals.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy. It's like some third man effect.
Yeah, and the point that Cameron made this point too. He was like, Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing as we speak, and you're always coming to the defense of Drake whenever Drake gets into.
And you know why?
And you ain't
you
said.
Know why?
And Cameron,
Jay Prince was.
Well, I'm saying, and I'm saying,
go ahead,
and I'm saying, like Jay Prince hasn't said not one word in defense of Drake during this Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. He hasn't said nothing to Kendrick Lamar's people, not one thing.
You know why?
Yeah, say why. Tell me.
Well, the labels.
not just the labels, but you're dealing with a whole West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of,
and then there's the
there's a whole West Coast, the cliques and you know what I mean, the groups it's and all that. Yeah, so
definitely.
So like you ain't said nothing to them.
You're dealing with a whole region, not just certain.
You're dealing with a whole region,
not a group, not people who supports a group, but a whole region.
You ain't said not one word to Kendrick Lamar and them, but you want to come at Cameron and Mase for critiquing a boxer's game?
Yeah, because they're a group.
Right.
They're like they're just a podcast, and whoever supports them as a podcast, or whoever supports them as their artist,
right.
But not just like a whole demographic. Like if you go after Kendrick in this moment, you're going after all of the West Coast.
You're gonna go after, I mean,
if you go after Cameron and Mase, you're not going after all of New York, all of the East Coast,
right?
You're not. You're just going after them and their platform.
But that's
from
why
the whole West Coast in the Kendrick shit,
right?
Because Drake went after the whole West Coast.
But that's what makes it.
That's the difference.
That's what makes it more egregious, and like that makes it more appalling to Cameron and Mase, because they're like, "Yo, why you selecting us when you got all these other examples where you just
bullying."
Whack 100, Whack 100 was disrespectful.
And recently, Whack 100 got into some shit with Flacco, I think. Well, I forgot who it was. On No Jumper, Whack 100, he got into it with I think it was Flacco. So
I think I know what you're talking about.
So like, it was like, so I keep up with all this shit, even though I don't care about most of this shit. But like, I like to keep up with all of it.
Yeah.
So like, if I'm gonna speak on something, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So because if you want to challenge me, then I'm gonna pull out shit that you don't expect me to know. Right. So these people, I don't give a fuck about No Jumper for nothing. But I saw that this fool Whack 100, who's supposed to be known as this hard ass nigga. When we know, if you know anything about Whack 100, he's respected in the streets and everything else. He challenged this dude named Flacco, who has like a stutter problem, influencer type of guy. Tries to challenge him and all this other shit. And then like, even when he like acts up in the studio, like, it wasn't until someone grabbed him that he tried to start going after him and all that shit. And it's just like, the only reason why I bring it up is because you brought up Whack 100. The first thing I thought of was that when you think a nigga's a real hard ass nigga, but he does some fake ass fraudulent shit like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I bring it up for. It's just like, man, publicity. A lot of these niggas be a lot of these niggas that got so-called respect aren't really respectable figures.
Yeah, and the thing is like with Whack 100 and Jay Prince, it's like Whack 100 was completely disrespectful, like absolutely out of pocket, and you didn't really you got it. You spoke to him later and you kind of squashed it, but he was completely disrespectful. And Cameron's point was, I can't even be friends with someone after how disrespectful they were. Exactly. You know what I mean? Yep. And Jay Prince kind of like, and then the NBA YoungBoy was like he basically told Jay Prince to eat a dick, basically. He was like, man, F y'all, like, what y'all talking about? Like, what do you do? You know what I mean? And you ain't said nothing to NBA YoungBoy and his people, nothing to Kendrick Lamar's people, but yeah, you want to select them? And that's the problem I have. It's like, show that energy to the white analysts, to the white establishment. If you do that and the energy is the same and consistent all the way around, then people won't resent you as much, and they won't be like, oh, Jay Prince ain't, you know what I mean, respected. They'd be like, okay, well, at least he's showing consistency. He ain't scared. He ain't being selective. He's, standing 10 toes down on, his
and
that type of energy.
And that was my point of bringing the Whack 100 shit up, is the consistency.
Right.
If you're like known as this revered person that, like, respect comes with your name and everything else.
Right.
Show that same energy on no matter who you're dealing with.
No matter who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So, and that was Cameron's point. That was Cameron's point. He was like, yo, and I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, show the same consistency. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this though, because I'm about to change it. I'm about to put a segue, because I would say this. If there was something about consistency that mattered, this is a reach though. Okay. I'm about to reach big time. If there was a consistency, there'll be a consistency within pattern. And that pattern would have to do with the shooter for Trump.
Oh, wow.
That was a
reach.
A reach type of segue.
Okay. So, there was a lot that happened since our last pod to now. And it has to do with Trump. Someone apparently tried to kill Trump at a rally. We're not Trump advocates. We're not like pro-Trump. Republicans or Democrats.
If anything, I'm Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah,
if anybody,
RJK.
If anybody,
if
I'm not saying I'm voting.
Win, because like he's not, there's not gonna be enough votes at the end of the day.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
anyone,
that's how
if I could vote for anybody,
yeah.
I think most of us that know anything about politics remotely, if we could vote for a candidate that had a chance, we would go for RJK because he's the closest thing to JFK. Yeah, JFK was gonna be our greatest president of all time if he didn't get murked, because like he cared about everybody. He literally was making a difference, and that's just a side tangent within the tangent. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just I'm not saying I'm voting. I'm still couch 2024. You know what I mean? But you know, but I'm just saying.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, couch 2024. That's what I'm at with it. So
you just started some.
Yeah. Couch 2024.
Excuse me.
But if I was to place, if I was to place a vote, if I was to do a vote, it would be Robert Kennedy.
You got it.
Jr., you know what I'm saying? So
you got it.
But
well, here's my thing. The reason why I brought up the whole all of us will most likely go for him, but it doesn't really matter, is because like most people are either choosing Trump or Biden.
Because they're psychologically and socially engineered to believe there's only two parties.
But our popular vote all counts as one. Even though we're all voting together, like even though we're all voting separately, when it comes down to the final vote, it's gonna be like you choose this side, you choose that side. It's gonna all accumulate to what you choose. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well,
so how many people are really gonna vote for RJK?
I don't know.
No, well, you know that it's not going to be more than the people that vote for Biden.
Not more than Republican or Democrat. Yeah.
So that's what it comes down to. But it's just a waste.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a waste. I mean, but it just goes back to
I think it matters.
I think him putting his energy out into the lexicon. I think him putting himself out there, his energy to the lexicon of certain demographics of people. I think that matters. Yeah, I think that matters. It matters from. It doesn't matter from a federal, okay, who's going to sit in the White House. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it matters from the sense of like garnering support to support other areas. Like
Bernie Sanders matters.
I mean, he gets funding for other things, right? Not just the presidency, but like he gets funding to push.
How often do we talk about Bernie Sanders and the difference he's making in America?
I mean, because we don't. Because
he's a person that matter. That I'd rather Bernie Sanders won than Hillary or Donald Trump.
But Bernie Sanders
didn't stand a chance.
But he means more to the Jewish community though, because he is Jewish.
Now you start going there.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look, he probably funds a lot of like things for the Jewish community.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but
that's my point.
He's like, I'm not trying to go into that.
Yeah, there's JQ.
Bro, that's not offensive.
JQ conversation.
That's not offensive, dog. Like,
it's not offensive. It's just point out facts.
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying.
Some crazy.
He's a Jewish man.
I get a little.
You be
nervous.
afraid of these. You know what's funny?
I'm not trying to go into that.
You know what's funny? Speaking of Cameron, he has Jewish partners that help fund his like platform. They support him.
Yeah, they do.
And Cameron be talking. He be talking like a black man, like not just like
because he's got the proper backing.
But he speaks like empowering a lot. You know what I'm saying? From a sports standpoint. But that's my point, though. Don't be afraid.
We don't got the proper backing.
Don't be afraid because they might support how we deliver our messaging. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even being offensive. Like I'm just saying he's a Jewish man.
You're not.
If we had a Jewish guest, I can't. And he says he's a Jewish man, and he says he's a Jew. Oh my god! Oh my god!
He's like, I have to prove a point now.
Yeah.
You can't say that we're prejudiced.
You looking like
you cannot say that we're prejudiced.
You looking like Nick Cannon when he had a Jewish rabbi.
I am
on the
not
show.
anti-Semitic. Look at that. Look at our guest.
You look. And shout out to Nick Cannon, by the way. But you sounding and starting to look like Nick Cannon when he had that Jewish rabbi on his show after he pointed out. That thing that he pointed out.
Yeah, the anti-Semitic reference.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't even
really
anti-Semitic.
I know. Yeah, it's really just some real shit.
See, now that can be offensive to whoever's look. When Nick Cannon and Professor Griff got on that tangent where there was talk, that can be offensive to them.
Yeah.
Even though like that's I don't even want to get into that, but I'm just saying, that's see now if you were to pause me on that, if you were to pause me on that,
it did though.
if you were to pause me on that, if I was to get into that rabbit hole and you were like, oh, okay, then I would understand. I'm just calling Bernie Sanders a Jewish because he's a Jewish man. Like, that's who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, hold up, nah.
No, it's just because.
See what happened when you started that too?
I was making a point about RJK. I was making RFK, right?
Yeah.
RFK. I say RJK. I don't know why. I said it multiple times. RFK because I'm thinking JFK. I'm thinking RJ, but okay. RFK.
Okay.
Yeah. RFK. 3 times. Sorry for the times I said it. But yeah, RFK as far as a candidate that actually stands a chance to be a president.
Yeah.
Even though we would probably, as a majority, choose RFK, unfortunately, we are not it's not enough to make the difference.
But
that
that's
pendulum swing.
But that's because of social engineering. That's what I'm saying. It goes back to social engineering. We are socially propagandized and socially engineered to believe that it only matters with 2 parties. When there's other parties involved. There's a Green Party, there's an independent. You know what I mean? There's other parties. Right. So that goes back to the psyche.
It like this shit set up for years.
That's just how there's 7 parties, but there's 5 that actually matter, and then there's 2 that actually matter.
Right.
So that's really what it comes down to.
That's how they've set it up to be and to make us believe.
Yeah. And that's because people don't know that Kanye was actually a candidate in 2020.
Right.
I mean, he was actually a candidate. I saw that shit when I voted.
Would you
I could have chose Kanye.
Would you want him though?
It's not just that I wouldn't want him.
I wouldn't.
But even if I wanted him, it wouldn't matter because he wouldn't have won.
How do you know? I feel like he probably would have had a. Yeah,
so I voted. So I voted for the first time this past election.
Yeah.
If I voted for Kanye, when Kanye now won because of my vote,
because we probably
so my
a lot of people could have been
vote.
Yeah.
Please don't do this right now.
I'm just saying he has a lot of money to where he can go on tour as well.
Towards a puncher's chance argument.
The only
you're making an argument like can Conor beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match? He has a puncher's chance. That's your argument. That's your argument right now.
Look, remember Donald Trump. Look, you remember how his wife is, right?
Yeah, Melina.
Yeah, you know what she did before, right, and all that stuff. The past and all that. So what about Kanye?
She was an escort, but she also one of the smartest women in the world. She has a 200 IQ. She's the 8th smartest woman in the world.
Bro, they have. I'm just going on following money, all that
and that's why she got with Trump because she's smart as fuck and she looks good. Even though she was an escort, she finessed her way to Trump.
First lady that.
She knows how to
probably use that.
That's intelligence.
People
as far as
use
looks,
that though.
Looks and intelligence. That's a rare. She's a unicorn in that way. So she's an exception to make that argument for.
I think Robert F. Kennedy is not going to win. But
exactly.
What matters, I think the reason why
you'll be throwing your vote away if you just go. If you're gonna vote, but vote for him. It's just throwing your vote away.
Well, then don't vote then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't vote.
Yeah.
I usually don't vote. So I got to vote this time to right my wrongs on the first vote. Okay, long story short, I'm sorry, guys. I voted for Biden, but first time I ever voted, I regret it. So I'm voting for Trump this time to right my wrongs. And I'm going back to not voting because I don't care about voting. Voting don't matter. I'm about to give y'all a mean tangent about why voting don't matter. I'm going to make it short.
Hey, man,
when I was 10 years old,
I say that. I said Trump will bring us money though.
Yeah. And then Trump is going to at least make the economy better. Yeah, so the reason why I'm choosing Trump over Biden is because at least when Trump was president, the economy was better than it is right now.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, though, the reason why I don't think our vote even matters in the first place, why I'm anti-voting, is because when I was 10 years old, it was 2000, it was Al Gore versus George W. Bush. Mm-hmm. And Al Gore won the popular vote. And I did a project when I was 10 years old, and I got an A on that project going for Al Gore. And I was pro Al Gore. And I saw Al Gore win the popular vote. And then a thing that happened called electoral college votes superseded our votes. George Bush became president. And I learned when I was 10 years old in 2000, our vote don't fucking matter. Because if it's close enough and the electorals don't agree with us, they could just supersede us. So why the fuck are you voting? So that's my thing, personally. And I learned that shit at a young age that most people, and this is wisdom talk right here, because 99% don't even know what I just told y'all. Or they do know and they don't care and delusional enough to think that it really matters.
Exactly.
It don't.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's just the reality.
They said it matters to them. That's
well,
what they do.
Yeah, it matters to them. It's your reality. It's a delusion.
Here's my
go ahead.
take on that. So I think the vote on all levels matter on different levels. So
to a degree,
federally, it doesn't matter as much as locally.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one.
Yeah, that's fact.
Right?
I'll give you that.
It doesn't matter as much, but to federals to gauge the federal vote value, I think that if you had an example like that where the popular vote voted one guy, the electoral college put one guy in office. That's what happened. What's going to happen is in the long run, bigger picture, what's going to happen is that president may more than likely only have one term because the populace does not agree who's there. You know what I mean? They didn't vote that in there. Now things can change along the way.
It depends on who's the candidate for the re-election.
Right. So things can change along the way. Things can be swayed, over time. Right. The president could change the people's mind over time, over 4 years.
True.
But if the president that got in there because of the electoral college it doesn't change the people's mind, it's just streamlined, then the popular vote is going to landslide it to where the electoral college has no choice but to be like, all right, look, we got to go with this other guy.
That's what happened with Obama.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So and that's why I feel like the federal vote does matter bigger picture talk wise. Now, it doesn't matter immediate impact wise. Exactly. It doesn't. But bigger picture talk, when the population.
That's a nice argument. I can see to that.
Yeah, but so when the population is consistently overriding electoral and then eventually turn into a landslide popular vote, then that's when it matters.
Yeah.
But it takes a while. Locally, it's immediate. It matters right now. Like when you do it locally, you put your sheriff there for Fort Bend, or you put your judge for Fort Bend or Harris County. That's immediate. Like, or the mayor of the city. Houston,
exactly.
That matters immediately.
Yeah, no. That's why. As far as that's why I never make a discouragement towards voting more locally or even statewide. It's more federal.
Yeah, it's the federal level. Yeah,
that's where I'm skeptical. That's why when it comes to politics, it's specifically more of a presidential type of thing.
Right.
Or even even to degrees Senate, legislative, Senate, House of Representatives, because those people can always. There's not a 2-term thing for them. They could always keep coming back.
Yeah,
because people don't know about Biden. Biden has been
since
in the
70s. Minute.
70s.
Yeah,
70s.
He's been
Nancy Pelosi.
He's been
all have been there for a minute.
Exactly. They get reelected as much as possible because because those are the more slept on elections because people don't really. They always think about the 4-year president. So the people who actually care, as long as they support those people who actually care support. Yeah, they just keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that just gets swept under the rug.
Yep.
Right.
So,
yeah, man. Like I said, man. Yeah.
Yeah, damn. I'm sorry about we kind of went a bit long, but one other thing I want to bring up was Bronny.
I wanted to talk about that too. We might have to do that on next episode because
we can talk about it a little bit because we got a little time. Yeah. I think we can make it.
Just talk about the beginning of the season.
The whole point of me, just like Beast is bringing up, is the whole point of me bringing up Bronny and the whole LeBron's son getting drafted by the same team that LeBron's on and everything else. It's the first time that a father and a son's on the same team in NBA history. We're making moments right here. Is because that nigga's LeBron's son, and he doesn't deserve to be in the NBA.
I mean,
and everything else like that.
There's a lot of
him in the summer league.
But here's the deal, though. He's
broke in the summer league.
Here's the deal, though. There's a lot of people that don't deserve the jobs that they get.
Yeah,
it's called nepotism, right? I like nepotism, but the only problem that I have is the fact that when a black person has the juice all of a sudden to exercise and execute nepotism, now all of a sudden it's a problem. They're pointing it out as a negative stigma, right?
They're playing favorites.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with LeBron and his camp doing that, drafting Bronny. I don't have a problem with it. Only problem I do have that I may have potentially with it is if he continues to go up the ranks without showing and proving.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He has to put in the work. Yeah, you've been given an opportunity. Yeah, I led you to the water. Now it's you have to drink the water at the lake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
because the beginning of summer league, he wasn't playing that well, but recently he just had his first pretty solid game and everything. He's looking better.
Yeah.
But I I agree with you 100% that no matter who you are, you have to prove yourself to be
show and prove,
worthy of your position. So even though you are who you are, as long as you're actually contributing and actually showing your worth within that position that you are granted,
right?
Will you still get respect and warrants?
Yeah,
and everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know, I want to get, man. I want to do it on next episode. We get into a
can
whole
understand.
segment about
I remember
this.
seeing a video about this
because
shit.
this was the
Really?
other. That was the other segment I was gonna get into besides the Trump thing. Because the Trump thing I was gonna get into was about the.
We didn't even brush
where,
up.
Okay,
Did we
long
brush
story
up
short,
on that? I didn't even think we got into that.
I'm gonna speed run this. Watch this Wisdom Talk podcast. I'm gonna speed run this. So I went to school for engineering, so I'm really good with math and physics. So I found out that it was 150 meters, which is 450 feet. As far as the distance, it was an AR-15, which is really a semi-automatic. It is not a rifle, but it's an extended type of pistol. But nonetheless, the reason why I'm bringing all this up, excuse me, you know, when I sneeze a lot. Okay, but nonetheless, the reason why I'm bringing this up,
that's a sign from the Lord above, not trying to let you speed around with 3 minutes left.
Not to some shit, right? Long story short, though, so there's speed of the bullet. There's also the gun that's shooting the bullet, and then there's the distance and everything else. And the whole reason why I was gonna bring all this up is that there's a motion in which that Donald Trump would move when he's doing his press conferences and rally and everything, that the 20-year-old shooter could at least got the motions of. But then there's one little twerk that Donald Trump doesn't usually do that does that the 0.3 centimeters difference from clipping his ear would have been a headshot, and that nigga would be murked right now is crazy. And that's why I just want to bring that up.
Okay.
It's just some psychoanalyzing, analytical shit. So it's just like, it just blew my mind whenever I saw that.
Okay. And on that note, because I have a lot to say about that, we got to save that for the next episode.
Yeah, we're going to talk about both Bronny and Trump.
The Trump assassination.
The next episode.
For sure.
Yeah.
So with that being said, man, hey, I know your homie, the video editor got with the clips.
Yeah.
What is it like? Is he down to do it, or is it like?
Yeah, I need to hit him up for more clips.
Yeah, we're gonna start putting out YouTube shorts and clips, y'all. So y'all like stay tuned for that because I think that's what gets more attention to people.
Yeah, you seen
YouTube
the
shorts.
poll? You seen how much traction those
YouTube
get?
shorts is crazy because I be watching YouTube shorts. I be getting wrapped up in shorts. You know what I'm saying? And I be like going down that short
Y'all
rabbit
gotta
hole.
check out our shorts and clips that like I've had some editors put out earlier. Like it's just like one of my cousin, and then there's like one of an older one.
Yeah,
and it's like that one's like more of an actual clip. The other ones are shorts.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. So short. What's his name? The short guy.
The one that did the shorts.
The short edits guy.
Well, I know his actual name, Carlos Ramos.
Okay, Mr. Carlos, editor, short guy.
Yeah.
Be prepared because I'm about to drop a lot of videos that are coming right on the channel. So you're gonna have a lot of work to do, bro. Like I'm about to smash all these videos.
I'm gonna
get us all caught up
Carlos,
to date.
I'm gonna DM you. I'm gonna DM
man.
you, bro.
So be ready, man, to get them shorts ready. We'll take care of you, bro. We got you. But needless to say, I guess you want to
Yeah. You already know what it is. It's your boy, the Cameroon Go. It's your boy, H2O. All that shit, man. You know what to find me at. Instagram, TikTok. Well, I'm not bringing up TikTok. Fuck TikTok. But, like, we do have a TikTok. But Instagram, Facebook, Horton. You already know where to find me at. All that. Go ahead, cuzzo.
Juniani. It's your boy, Juniani. Episode 44 in the books. You can find me on socials. Just type in Juniani. That is Junianii. Type that word in or type in the THE Juniani, and you'll be able to find me on most socials: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or I should say X, not Twitter. Everywhere. You know, check out the Wisdom Talk podcast, SoundCloud too.
Yes.
Get that, check that out. I'm about to revamp that, get that caught up to speed to Spotify.
Facts.
You know, like, subscribe, share. You know, we don't usually do that in the beginning because we like to get y'all right into it. You know what I'm saying?
Quincy too.
Yeah. Shout out to Quincy, our studio mastermind. You know what I'm saying? Sacred Stone Studios. You know, it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's your boy Beast2Saucey. Hey, man, be here again for the next episode. 45. We're gonna have interesting things to talk about. Wisdom Talk Podcast, man.
All right. So with that being said, Wisdom Talk Podcast. White supremacy sucks, and F white supremacy, F racism. I just wanted to end with that.
I know, right? What a way to end.
Screw you, white supremacy. Nah. So with that being said, Wisdom Talk Podcast. We out. Peace. I had